The opinions expressed on the radio program by the host, co-hosts, guests, and call-in listeners or chatters are solely the opinions and responsibility of the original source who expressed them. They do not necessarily represent the opinions of Gynesis Radio, www.gynesisradio.com, Gynesis Radio's owners, management, or affiliates.
Hey, y'all. What it is. Y'all know what it is. Live and direct, comes to you straight from Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. It's your boy TP. I'm in the building. To the most interested DJ in the world, DJ Rudd. I know you probably home right now saying, what is going on? But I have hijacked the station right now for a little while. I tried to call you on the phone and let you know I was hijacking the station. So if you hear what you hear, it is what it is. I paused the show that you had on. So DJ Hot Sauce, don't worry about it. Your show going to pick up right where you left off at. But I got my cousin in here from out of town and whatnot, and I gave him a tour of the station, give him the Gynesis Radio experience, and we just gonna bump our gums for a few minutes. And I know you see us live online right now, so we streaming live. So everybody, y'all can wave at the camera, put your cute face on and smile and whatnot. So this is what we doing. So to my cousin Yvette, she here, my first cousin, we first cousins, man, and we was in the village last night, bumping our gums, reminiscing, talking about a whole bunch of things, and they laughed at me because I'm the baby of the bunch, I was always the baby of the bunch, man. You know what I mean? And you know what? I am the baby of the bunch.
You are.
Out of all the cousins, I'm the baby.
Yep.
I'm the baby.
Well, yeah.
I'm the baby.
You are.
I'm the baby.
Yeah. And we were saying that you look like my dad.
That's right.
Remember? My dad was the baby.
That's right. He was the baby. I'm the baby. That's right.
So,
sure enough. How about that? Sure enough. But we've been trying to link up here in the Poconos for a minute.
For real.
Right.
And you held your end of the deal because you were like, cuz, when you come up, I'll put you on the station. And I've been trying to get on this station for many, many years because I'm so talented.
That's right.
I just have not seen the abilities that I have. I think I'm a DJ, but
that's right. All that.
That'll be another part. But
Yeah.
But you want me to introduce myself?
Go ahead, introduce yourself, cuz. Go ahead.
Anyway, I am Yvette Polite Dennis, and I am from Tampa, Florida, by means of Atlanta, Georgia, everywhere, because I'm an Air Force brat. But I'm so glad to be here. And you know what? I didn't know you could freeze like this. Now I can't talk.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
That's right. You in the Twilight Zone.
Yes. But I'm so excited to be here because my cousin, he did tell me many years, he's like, cuz, when you come, I'll put you on the station. And I was like, yes, I'm coming. I'm going to be on the station and I'll be on the radio station. And y'all going to hear my voice and you're going to hear me because I think I am a star. No, I know I'm a star, but y'all just haven't seen it yet. So it's coming. It's coming. Bet in the house.
That's right. That's right, man.
And I brought my little friends with me.
Yeah.
So
hello, my name is Madia. I'm from Lynbrook, New York. Hello. I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a nursing college student in her 4th year. And I'm excited for the welcome that I've received from Gynesis Radio, and I'm glad to be here.
Lynbrook, New York, huh?
Yep, Lynbrook, New York.
How about that?
Yes, how about that?
You done it by the Green Acres Mall.
Oh, well, right by Green Acres.
How about that?
Y'all know about
Lynbrook,
that one.
huh? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay. I'm Jamia Ballard. I'm a college student, but I'm taking, a break right now. My major was political science, but I might change it when I come back. Yeah.
Where you go to school at?
LaGuardia.
LaGuardia.
New York. Yes.
Okay.
I'm a New York student.
Okay. All right.
Born
Okay. I know down there by Queens Boulevard over there.
Yeah,
I know where
Astoria. Yeah.
Yeah. I know exactly where you at, LaGuardia. Yeah. Okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Taryn Lamb. I am a major in communication arts, focusing in media management, and I live in Queens, New York. So, yeah, big Queens in the house. You guys already know. So, yeah. Hey.
Wait. What part of Queens you repping? Come on. Yeah.
Rosedale, Big Dale in the area.
Oh,
You
yeah.
already know.
Yeah, that's where my brother lived at, Rosedale.
Out in
Yeah.
Rosedale. Right
Okay.
by Green Acres. I can
Yeah,
walk
you're
there.
on the other side. Yeah, okay.
Unfortunately, north side, not south side, where Nikki's from, but
Mhm,
we
okay.
right there.
Okay, all right.
Same bus route.
Okay, yeah, my brother over there in Rosedale,
Yep.
off Weller Avenue, and what's that, Weller Lane, Weller Avenue, and 147th Drive or 48th Drive,
Okay,
something over there.
147th Street. I got
Yeah,
a friend that lives
yeah.
on 248. So
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a neighborhood right
same thing.
there. Yeah, see there, I know where I'm at.
A whole
Yeah.
bunch
You
of
sure
Jamaican
do.
food over
Yeah,
there. A
I
whole bunch
know
of
I'm at.
Jamaicans.
I know I'm at. But how about, we was talking last night, we was kids growing up when everybody was up in Harlem and Sugar Hill
Yeah.
back then,
Yeah.
right? And we was
Mhm.
laughing. We talking about my Uncle Buck, right?
Yeah.
I was a little kid. Uncle Buck always gave us money, right? And he had them little peppermints that melt in your
That
mouth.
milk, yep.
right?
Melt in your mouth.
I didn't know my Uncle Buck was a hustler. He was an uptown hustler.
We never knew what he did.
Yeah, right. I was telling the story about the time Uncle Buck took me out with him, and he took me to the bar, and he told me to sit at the bar. I'm a little kid. He told me to sit at the bar, and the lady gave me some pretzels and a Coke with some cherries in it. You know, because that was before they had the cherry Coke that they got today. She made me. I don't know what is it called.
I told him a Shirley Temple.
Coke
I was saying
Shirley
Shirley
Temple.
Temple.
That-
Yeah.
What's the Shirley Temple?
Yeah, Shirley Temple got Sprite.
It's
Sprite and
Sprite.
grenadine. That's
But
Shirley
there's a Coke.
Temple.
There's a Coke cherry flavor.
Right, that's Coke cherry.
That's Coke cherry. Yeah.
Shirley Temple got Sprite.
All I remember,
We
I
had
thought-
cherry and Coke.
yeah, right.
Okay. We had a cherry
And
Coke in advance.
And my Uncle Buck, he had me sitting there. You know, the bar ladies, they entertained me. They kept me entertained and whatnot until he came back. You know, and didn't realize he walked all through Harlem and Sugar Hill. Everybody loved Uncle Buck. Everybody knew who Uncle Buck was. You know, and he had respect. I didn't know what respect was then.
Mm-hmm.
Come to find out, my Uncle Buck was a hustler.
What are you gonna know?
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Things you don't know about, you know, them Sugar Hill days, right? Boy. And most people thought it was just a movie, Jose. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
How about that? You know? Because it's just fun to be able to fellowship with you and get here with you, because you know, we see each other all the time on social network. You know, I'm trying to get the little grandbaby over here. I don't know if my son has a little grandbaby.
I know. It's so beautiful.
You know.
I feel like I know her already. If y'all ever watch his page, you see her every day.
Yeah.
Did you post her today? Because I wasn't on social
Nah,
media
not
today.
yet. He ain't sent me no picture today.
Oh,
You know. Usually he send me
so
something.
cute.
You know, little Dolly, she always he send me some, always post her and whatnot, and keep it going. You know. So we're gonna move down the line a little bit. Come on, you up next. Tell us something special and unique about you. You said you sing a little bit, right?
I sure do sing a little bit.
Yeah.
Should we hear something? What do you guys think?
Yeah, of course.
Down.
Hey, you never know.
Do you have any requests?
You never
or-
know.
Who's your favorite artist?
I've been the Usher vibe right now since the Super Bowl.
Oh, you in the Usher vibe,
Yeah,
huh?
why not?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Last week she was out in Grand Central singing her heart out.
Yeah.
For real, for
There was a
real.
crowd. I was getting nervous. There was
Yeah.
a crowd. I was like, okay,
Oh yeah.
there's a little
Okay.
crowd crowded.
All right. We'll go for it. We'll give us something.
All right.
Hit us with a little something.
All right. I'm so caught up. What?
Why y'all laughing?
Come on.
Who's laughing?
Come on. Hey, listen.
People gonna laugh, but I'm still gonna sing.
Ain't no.
Okay,
listen,
that's
listen,
it, girl.
listen.
That's it. Do you
Sing like
boo?
you in the shower.
Yes.
Don't worry about it.
I'm
Go.
so caught up in the feeling, caught up. I don't know what it is. I'm so caught up, caught up. I'm losing control. This girl's got a hold on.
She caught up, y'all. She
I
caught
got
up.
caught
She
up.
caught up.
Hey, look.
I sure
Hey, listen.
Caught up.
I sure did get caught up.
Hey, look, I ain't mad at you though, because guess what?
She caught up.
You know, A lot of people didn't even do what you just did. You know what I mean? So you know you ain't never scared. I ain't mad
Yeah,
at you.
it's a passion of mine,
Cut.
ain't
and I
mad.
would never be scared to share a passion.
Oh,
I'm sure no one here would be scared to
Mhm.
share a
Yes.
passion.
Oh yeah, not a
Everyone's so
passion.
confident in here. I
Mhm.
appreciate everyone's warm welcome, everyone's
Yeah.
passions coming through, and thank you for letting me share.
Oh man, ain't nothing
How
to
about
it.
that?
Hey, listen,
you.
you know, we always push the envelope. We always looking for something
Yes.
fresh, new, and exciting. You know,
Yes.
that's why I gave that little ditty about, you know, if you're gonna make some music, don't do the potty mouth stuff.
Mm-hmm. Don't do the potty mouth.
Because guess what? That stuff is yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And to do music today, you have to be international.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, so whenever you create music, you have to think about being international. Because believe it or not, everybody loves Cardi B, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cardi B make a lot of money, right? She made a lot of money
She sure did.
because they gave her a lot of money. You know, she truly was an industry plant.
She was an industry plant.
Truly,
I'm a Nicki
truly,
fan, and I
truly.
see it.
Truly was an industry plant,
Yeah.
right? And Nicki, another one from Queens, right?
She
Mhm.
grinded. She
Queens,
grinded.
Southside
She made
Jamaica.
Mhm.
one of the molds.
And
Yeah, that's what I feel.
they gave her the money, right?
He
So
sure did.
she sucked up all the money, right? And but if you never hear us say that she's going outside of the country to perform.
Mm-mm.
I've yet to hear that. That's
Because-
one that you
because
just made me realize.
She is not an international artist. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like the only way she has become international is because she jumped on. They put her on pop artist songs as
Yeah.
a feature.
Featured.
You know, so when she got on those different songs as features, that's how people outside the country learned
Mhm.
who Cardi B was.
Mm-hmm.
But still, she didn't get booked to do concerts or shows out there. She was just on features because that potty mouth stuff don't go well
Mhm.
outside the United States.
I always.
It's only accepted here,
Mhm.
you know. And as I was telling you a little earlier about, you know, Ice Spice and
Take-
Tink. Now,
Tink.
Tink got us up. Tink is very talented. I
She got
actually,
some vocal cords on her.
actually,
She sounds beautiful.
I gotta
does.
say, I love Tink and
She's one of my
Coco and all of
inspirations,
them.
actually, Tink.
They great.
I'm sorry, I don't know her.
Yeah.
First, I thought it was a
What-
male. I'm
what-
sorry.
What's
Yeah.
her favorite? What's her main song that like everybody would know?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Like
What's
somebody to will, it's hard to find.
Mhm.
You know that song?
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody's worth all your time.
You kind of sound like it
Somebody
too.
know to tell you the truth.
I still don't know, child.
Someone who knows you for you.
And if you don't know now, you know that.
Yeah. See?
That was a little snippet of
Now-
Tink.
You know what I
I
said?
appreciate Tink.
You know what I say about artists? It's like for us elderly people that you got to play music where everybody wants to
And
listen to.
enjoy.
And I want to be able to listen to a song where I can have my granddaughters, I don't have any, or my children, where we can listen to music and we can all enjoy it. That was old school music.
Yeah.
Like you can play a song now, way back when, and we can all listen to. We all know the words. You don't have to beep beep to
Mhm.
listen to music. So
Well,
no, I'm sorry, I don't
we,
know. that.
we all had a message in our music. See, that's
Yeah,
that's
we
where
did.
it was changed.
We
That-
did.
The way we communicated, well, you know, they realized that we had a message in our music, and that's how we survive. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I'll tell you another story a little later on about that. But, you know, today's music
Mhm.
is
It's not the
horrible.
same.
I think
Yeah.
it's like the new technology and everything. Things are getting pumped really fast. That's what I believe.
It's crazy.
That's the difference too. Like,
Well, you know what a lot of it is pop culture.
yes, it's
See,
just definitely a
It's
thing.
whatever's selling.
Pop culture has shaped and molded society, and what it has done is you can close your eyes
Mhm.
and don't see anything,
Mm.
but you can't turn your ears off, right? So they are pumping you with so much negativity
Mhm.
and ugliness that after a while you just hear it, you just accept it. Before you know it, you have taken on that persona. So, like for instance, because you know, when did any woman of color accept being called a bitch? When?
Never,
When?
never.
When did you
Still
ever
don't. I
describe
don't.
yourself as a bad bitch?
Mm-mm.
Never.
Nope.
Never,
Right.
ever, ever.
When? Never.
I used to tell people, like, I don't care what you call me, but if you call me that, then you don't have no respect for me. I never like that. Never.
So now
that part.
a lot of women your age, right? They walk around and they call themselves that. Just put it back on. You know,
Thank you.
you know, they call themselves bad bitches, boss bitches, and all this other stuff. Why? Because somebody has
They
pumped
tolerate
that,
it. Females
but they have pumped that into you all that make you think it's okay.
And it's acceptable.
It's not okay.
Yep.
So that's why the industry plants like a Cardi B.
Oh,
A
It was
sexy
important.
red.
You know what I
sexy
mean?
red.
Oh, a train wreck. You know,
I mean, I feel like it's a difference still. Like, if a man calls you it, it's different. If it's like a different empowerment. Just like how we use the N word, like Black people, it's a difference when women use it. You know, it's like we're trying to bring
We took it back.
power back
bring
to
power
us.
back to-
You know,
Yeah.
it's a difference.
well, I like how y'all rationalize it.
I
You
don't
know,
know.
it sounds good. You know what I mean?
I can
Because
see
Yeah.
that.
I just don't like it in my vocabulary because I don't like
Yeah.
other people using it. Period. I'm not gonna use it.
but I'm
I
gonna
don't
say
know.
this
I
here.
just don't. I don't use the N word. I don't use
The
like I don't call
B-word.
other girls B words for fun.
But
Like,
can
I just-
somebody call you that and you don't mind it?
No,
Like,
I'm
if
gonna
I
get
say-
fired up.
I
I'll
say-
be like, what were you calling
If I
that?
say, bitch, you crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah,
I
I don't
mean,
like
I feel
that
like-
because I would not call you that because I respect you.
But if I said
It's
that, would you
certain
get mad?
endearment.
I don't let words get me mad, but I'll be like, wow, okay, let me stay away. Okay, that's
A
No.
mental
she's
note.
very loose with that word. Let me pick my words wisely and
You take
stay
a quick
away.
mental note.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm gonna give you a little background on how music changed. Right?
I love Motown. I'm a Motown fan over
Yeah.
here. So I listen to the new school, I listen to the old school, but if you're driving in the car with me and I'm driving, then all you're hearing is Motown 25. I love it.
Okay.
I'm
So-
so different.
Y'all from Queens, right?
In Queens.
So you know the borough of the cop killers, right?
Yes.
Howard Beach.
You know what I mean, and all of that, right? So crack era changed the game a lot, right? Y'all remember the crack era? Y'all were born during the crack era, you know, so y'all might not understand the crack era, right? But there was a time in New York, in society, right, where Ronald Reagan had, you know, released cocaine on America, on the inner cities of America, you know. The Iran-Contra wars, they talked about it, and they flooded the streets of America with cocaine, right? So then everybody started smoking crack, right? And hip hop was huge, but our music was great. Remember, we had "Ain't No Stopping Us Now," and you know, all those great songs like that. You know, all those black positive songs,
We're
You
on
know.
the move.
right? So I had a job. I worked for Atlantic Records, right? And this was in the 90s. And they came in one day and they said, we are going in a new direction in our black music division. They had a meeting.
Black music division.
They pulled us all in, right? And a lot of people don't realize that there's only 6 media companies in the world. Only 6. You know what I mean? And they're all, you know, all these different companies that everybody make music with, they're all owned by the same companies. It's 6 parent companies in the world that controls all media. Most people don't realize that. And they're all in cahoots, right? And they realized finally that people of color communicate well through music. The greatest teacher of people of color is music.
Mhm.
Because back then in the 90s, the most popular thing to wear was an HBC hoodie. Was the most popular thing to wear back then, right? And you had rappers that was making positive music. You had Common, you had Mos Def, you had Brand Nubians, you had all this positive rap music. It wasn't no gangster rap. Gangster rap was something that was out there, but it wasn't mainstream. It was there. It was always there, but they didn't put no money into it. You know what I mean? When people tried to do it, you know, you remember They took them to court, to
Mhm.
Congress. They had
Yeah.
to put explicit lyrics on it, everything, because they didn't want it, right? But they realized that, I'm going back to crack. Black people in America stopped smoking crack because the positive images that hip hop was telling people about drugs, you know? So the numbers, you know, the diehard crackhead was gonna be diehard crackhead. The thing was, there were no new crackheads. There were no new drug users. You know what I mean? So they devised a plan because they make 100-year plan. You know what I mean? We think about today, right now. So they throw obstacles in front of us. So they came and decided that there's a message in their music, and they're being controlled by their music, by the images they see. You know, you had Spike Lee making movies and different people, all the black movies. It was no more black exploitation movies. Everything had black positive images. You know, we were being empowered with positive black images of us, right? So they devised a plan. We got to change this. So they decided that we are going to change the direction of the thinking of the minorities in America, of the young black youth. And in this meeting, they said that we're changing the direction of our music. All we want to see is asses wiggling, titties jiggling, murder, death, kill. That's all we want to see. That's all they want to see. This was in a meeting. LA Records, this was in a meeting. And I'm sitting there and I'm saying to myself, why is that? Because I grew up with an era of, you know, I look around you. I grew up with an era, you know, there was a message in our music. You know what I mean? Like people didn't know what the song Ain't No Stop Us Now meant. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. You know, wake up everybody. There's no more sleeping in bed. No more backwards thinking. It's time for thinking ahead. You know what I'm saying? Those was the songs that we grew up on. That's, you know, that's right. Marvin Gaye. You know, we had all that type of stuff, right? So I'm a product of that stuff, you know, and I grew up in a 2-parent household, a strong family background, you know what I mean? So I had strong family values. So I'm like, what the hell are y'all talking about? And I'm looking around me and they said it again. And they control media. I don't care what radio outlet there is. They make a phone call and say, don't play that no more. They're not going to play that anymore. So within 24 hours, I would say within 72 hours, all those rap groups that and rappers I just mentioned to y'all was no longer heard on the radio. Yeah. They were gone, just like that, gone. You know, and all you heard was murder, death, kill. And the first person they gave us, they gave y'all women to see what direction y'all was going to go, because they know that the key to directing black men is black women, believe it or not. You know, y'all hold all the cards. You know, y'all just don't realize it. Y'all hold all the cards. They gave us Lil' Kim.
I knew it.
Lil' Kim.
I didn't say Lil' Kim.
They gave us Lil' Kim, right? Remember that picture on that album jacket when she had the bikini on and she was squatting down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, with the chains covering.
Right.
Yeah.
They gave us that. They gave us Lil' Kim to see how it would be received. Everybody received Lil' Kim real well.
I bet they did.
Then Foxy Brown. See, that was the dry test run. You know what I mean? To see how far they can go. And then on the male side, they went to the hardcore rap, gangster rap, murder, death, kill. They began to rap about drug use, drug dealing, murdering. No more positive rap. All the guys that was talking about positive rap, positive stuff, talking about black history and where we stand in society was gone. Within 72 hours, you didn't hear it anymore. You know what I mean? And guess what happened? You become a product of what you hear. You know what I mean? You can close your eyes, but you can't turn your ears off. And after a while, y'all started saying anything Lil' Kim was saying. You know what I mean? Then y'all started dressing like Lil' Kim, you know? And this is where we are today. But me, being who I am, that day of that meeting, I said, I can't be a part of this because I know what y'all doing. I quit my job at Atlantic Records that day. That day, because I had 2 jobs, so it didn't matter. You know what I mean? But I walked away from my passion, which was music, that day. And everybody at the meeting said, "You quit?" Yeah, I'm out of here. I'm not gonna be a part of that.
Mhm.
I said, "Look at who those people are. What do they got to do with us?
Mm.
What investment they have in us? They have no investment in us, because guess what? They're not gonna pick up the pieces of what's gonna happen, what's the fallout of this. Because guess what? If y'all pay close attention, look at Iggy Azalea. She's a rapper, right? Is any of her songs like Cardi B's?
Definitely not.
No,
She's like one
She
good
got the
hit.
beat. She
One
got the
good
beat
hit.
going on in the background.
It's not as
But-
explicit. It's
but-
not as explicit.
But it's
Yeah.
not explicit at all. That's the
Mhm.
point.
It's
See,
talking about her working.
but you get my point.
Yeah. And
So they will promote you
Mm-hmm. Looking like that.
to do all this other stuff.
Exactly.
But their daughters, they're not gonna let their daughters do that, because their daughters and sons have the option to turn it off whenever they want to and go back to their life. For them, it's entertainment.
Mhm.
For you, it's your life. Where you going? Where you going? This is where you live at. This is what you do. This is what you see every day. So he said, no, keep it real. Talk about what you see in your hood. And if there's nobody to tell you it's wrong, guess what? What are you gonna do?
that's right.
You're gonna fall into the trap.
Mhm.
And that's why the music is where it is today. Listen to the music today. They talk about drugs, getting high, the strip
That's my
club,
baby
and this,
daddy.
and, they talk about eating ass,
Yeah.
all this other stuff. Like, come on,
OMG.
how about it? You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
that's my little story,
Everything.
and it's a true story. You know what I mean? It's real talk.
I feel like I can speak on this just a little bit.
Drop your Diddy.
Only because I'm a mass communications major, focusing in on media management. So all my classes is about what the media produces. I make the media, basically, is what I'm going to go into. So I listen into classrooms and hear my professors talk, read these textbooks, and what they're telling us is that it's being controlled. The media that we hear, the songs that we hear, the movies that we watch, the songs that are on Billboard's Hot 100, it's all controlled, and it's all the same thing that's being talked about. Like Beyonce the other day, she did a country song. I'm not a part of the Beehive, but she did a country song. They didn't want to play that, but the Beehive had to get it into the radio because for country fans in particular, they only want to hear country music sung by a certain type of person. So the mass people, everybody else had to take advantage and use their voices to speak upon it and change it. And I feel like in my class, it kind of just like makes me feel like there's nothing that I can do because, as you said, it's 6 main broadcasting companies. It's 6 main people who are controlling, what we hear, what we listen to, what we're listening to. So if whatever you're saying is not fitting right in that particular broad area, then they're not going to play that. They're not going to play those certain artists who are speaking out, being like, as a Black woman, we need to have our own as well as have a family. Now I feel like you hear in the mass media all about you don't need a man. You don't need a man. You don't need a man in your life. You have that kid. They're not saying not to have the kid. They're saying you have that kid and you don't need a man to control that.
Only to a certain population.
So it just, everything is very controlled, I feel like, with what people say, with what is broadcasted to a lot of people. And a lot of people don't know that, but it's very true.
Well,
And
that's because they're controlling the narrative.
Yeah.
the narrative.
Definitely.
You
there too.
100%. They want to keep people who are down, and want to keep people who are up.
That's why you young ladies can make a difference.
Yeah. Don't let you be the stigma. Break out of that stigma.
Well, the other thing that's popular, I see a lot on social network, right? You know, I see a lot of young women talking about they want a high value man, right? Y'all see that too, right? High value
Right.
man.
Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
You know the sad part about it is,
R.I.P.
right? Most women won't know a high value man if they saw him.
Yeah.
You know, because they think about, oh, he needs to make this much money and he needs to be doing this, he be doing that, right? I laugh all the time, you know, and I'm gonna tell you why. The money don't make the man makes the money, first of all, right? Because collectively, you all can do whatever y'all want. It's not about the money, and it's not about who's right and about who's wrong, right? But I've been around the world, yeah, as they say, right? And what y'all don't know is I read these comments and I look at the stuff that these women put, right? Y'all young, right?
Yeah.
And most of them are young. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Talk about I'm not gonna eat in this restaurant, I'm not gonna eat there, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do that, right? You know what? A man with $2 above lunch money will look at y'all and laugh. All the women tell me they need a high value man because guess what? The old saying says the little ghetto girl can't hurt me. Right? See me, I'm good. I got $2 above lunch money, right? I can date any one of them girls on there, right? And most of y'all, and most of them women, I can give her $2,000 and send her to the mall. She'll come back with a bunch of bags and change. And I'll never have to do anything else.
The wrong thing.
You know what I mean? Because, and no, she'll have bragging rights to tell her friends, oh, he brought me all this at the mall, he did this, he did that. $2,000 is nothing.
A month
Nothing.
worth of Instagram
Nothing.
pictures.
And guess what? All that Fashion Nova is cheap. But check this out, right? Here's the thing. Oh, he pays my rent. I'll pay your rent. It's a tax write-off for me, right? Because what? You live in the projects.
Exactly.
You got Section 8. How much is your rent? $300? $400? $200?
OMG.
How much is rent? So for me to pay $200 for your rent or $300 for your rent, and every now and then give you a couple grand to go to the mall, it's
That's
nothing.
nothing.
And I'm including it as a tax write-off.
You can't hurt me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you talk about you want a high value man. You don't know what a high value man is.
It's a man's mindset that makes him a high value man to me.
Well, there it is. Well,
Which
see,
mindset? Explain the
I mean,
mindset.
it's thinking about both of our futures, not just his. It's not all about money to me.
well, see,
It's about thinking about the future aspects,
you're using wisdom.
and just growing together.
Mhm.
Because when you become like a couple, you're thinking about both of you, not just you now.
Mhm.
You're using wisdom, but
Yeah.
the problem is so many women are posting this stuff on social network, and you all are creatures of. I mean, you commiserate on everything, right? And I'm laughing and saying to myself, that's what you think of how value man is? You little hood rat ghetto girls. Most
How you
dudes,
present yourself,
most dudes that got $2 above lunch money, you will be nothing but a slut to him.
Oh wow.
A slut. He gonna use you like you ain't never been used before. You know why? Because he's gonna give you a couple dollars. You know what I mean? He gonna pay your little bill. He gonna take you out to eat and all that stuff. It means nothing. Nothing. What you getting out of that? Nothing. You talk about what you not gonna eat. Ain't nobody talking about, well, he needs to be able to change my zip code. I ain't seen nobody talk about getting their zip code changed. Nobody. You know what I mean?
Actual things of equity.
That's right. Something that could generate generational wealth for you.
But do you feel like this is men in general, or is this men within our own community, men within the Black community?
It's men in general.
You think it's
It's
men in general?
Let me tell you something. I've been around a lot of guys, men, poor men, rich men, street level barbarians, and all that other stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's all the same. You know what I mean? Y'all, women make bad choices. You know what I mean? And the problem is because you all tend to commiserate with each other. You know what I mean? Because some of y'all be on the right track. You know what I mean? You have to think like a wife. You want to be a wife? Think like a wife. You know what I mean? Don't if you look around, And your role model can't be a Cardi B. Your role model can't be the girl that's 32 with 4 kids and 3 baby daddies. She can't be your role model because she has a flawed decision-making process. You know what I mean?
Correct.
She can't be your role model because she's not a wife. She's just a ride. And most dudes gonna see her and be like, yeah, she's just a ride. You have to think that you're more than just a ride.
Okay, but when it comes to that, I feel like women can have a past, just like men can have a past. You know, I hate it when women are like, oh, she has a kid, she's like low value now, or her value is down. I just feel like
But
that doesn't really matter.
We're in the society that women can't. We're not.
I just feel like
equal-
we're always judged, and that's sad.
We are,
You know,
and
when,
that's-
when a man has a kid or ex-wife, that's no problem to a woman. But when it's for a woman, like she's a divorcee, it's different. I just hate the difference between that.
Well,
I
see,
just feel like it doesn't.
the thing
her
is,
value.
though-
Like she's had a past. That's it. Like she's an adult. She's had a past.
well,
Something
see,
wrong with that.
that's not the issue. That's not the
Mhm.
problem. See, the problem is what I'm getting at is the one who made all the bad decisions, she becomes the nemesis of all the women who haven't made the bad decision yet. She's the one telling you, girl, you don't need him. Come over here and be single like me. That's the message she's giving you all. You know what I mean? And sometimes if you don't know, you don't know because she cool. You know what I mean? She got the apartment, you know, y'all going to hang out with her, you know, she seems to have everything going on in her life, but at the end of the day, she's not a wife.
And I feel
She ain't got
like-
no man.
Yeah.
What she got to show? And,
You
too many women are influenced by those type of people. It has nothing to do with your past. Everybody got a past. You're not defined by your past. But if you were stuck in that, it's not your job to pull people down, lift people up. Because if I make bad decisions, right, I'm gonna go and tell Jose, man, you know what? I did that before. Don't do that, man. You know, don't go down that road. I'm gonna pull his coat. You know what I mean? Whereas a lot of people today, you know, because I said the key to saving the black man is the black woman, right?
Exactly.
So a lot of women today,
No.
right?
Somebody doesn't agree.
Of course.
No, I'm just saying we always gotta save them. We're always uplifting them, and then they're always, downing us.
So are you saying that you're tired of doing the saving?
I mean, I'm just tired of black men in general.
Well,
I mean, maybe that's controversial to say, but it's just like
well,
I have to be honest with myself.
OMG.
but
It
I
can get
can,
exhausting to
I can tell
always
you,
be their cheerleader when they're not always on our side, and always downgrading us and stuff like that.
Sounds
Always
like-
wanting to stay outside their
I
race.
got
When we do
something
it, it's different.
Jose got something to say.
It sounds like
Wow.
you're dealing with the wrong type of man.
That's exactly what I was
That's
thinking.
what it is. You're
I was like,
attracted to the wrong kind of man.
No, I mean, it's just
You
an
know, and
observation
that's-
that I've seen.
All right, so
What?
that observation should tell you exactly what it is. That's the answer right there. That's the wrong type of man you should be aiming for. You're looking for a high value man, remember?
Mhm.
That's not the high value man. That's your answer.
It's not a lot of how value black men. If I'm being honest, it's not.
oh, it's
So,
tons
like,
of them out
there's
there.
a lot of them.
It's
So
tons of
like
them out there.
Jamia,
But
I-
the
I
thing
think
is,
it's-
you're not giving them the time of day. You're looking over them. You're
So,
looking past
Maybe
them.
I'm not. Maybe I'm not.
You haven't
Maybe
met them yet.
It's my perspective and my experience.
No,
Yeah.
I feel like I could kind of side with Jamia to a certain
Yeah.
extent, like not to a certain extent, because I feel like majority of the time, a lot of the black men that I come across are men that are listening to Sexy Red and this type of music and listening to Chef G and this type of man and that type of man.
And have certain
And,
type of occupation.
You know, they're not in school themselves. They don't have stuff going for them. They're gonna be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur in what? I still want to know, but
nation.
But,
it's still in question.
but that
and-
goes back to what I said, how they changed the narrative and got us in this thinking, how it transcends everything. It affects everything in our community.
Yeah.
Because if the men are listening to the wrong type of music, we're being influenced by the wrong things.
Mhm.
So relationships don't come with a manual. marriage don't come with a manual,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's no manual. You got to figure it out.
Mhm.
And the only manual you're going to have is your mother and your father.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? If you grew up in a 2-parent household, that's the only manual you have. How many of us grew up in a 2-parent household? In our community, it's not too many of us who can say that, unfortunately. You know what I mean? So what happens is you can say you have no faith in black men, but guess what? You can date any type of man you want.
You get the same
It's
results.
the same sandwich.
Mhm.
It's the same sandwich. You know what I mean?
What you did a little nose thing over there, Mario. What do you have to say?
Mhm.
Because you yourself, you're in a biracial relationship as well, right?
Not biracial.
Not.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Men are men because you
That's
know
true.
we are very sensitive. We're more sensitive than y'all.
Very sensitive. Men
You know
are
what I mean?
very sensitive.
You know,
Mhm.
we are so sensitive. You know, we will give you the world on everything in it until you do something to lose your edge.
Exactly.
And I feel that women need to stop listening to other women, other men, and listen to yourself and go based on your experience. Because all women are good. If you find one man that is good man, then you want to say, oh, all men are good. Or you see one man that's bad, all men are bad. But it's the individual person and the individual relationship.
Mhm.
And when they say, because it kills me when women say, I ain't dealing with black people no more. I ain't dealing with black men no more. Black men ain't know this.
gee.
Well, because you're hearing what they're saying. Black men need this, black men need that, black men need that. But I always tell women, if you love yourself, no man can make you miserable or anything. You have to love yourself
Exactly.
first. So the men have no control. You have the control. And women don't know how much power they have because they say, oh, he wants us to do this, he wants us to do that. No, honey. He can't make you do it. And then when they say, a man broke my heart, a man cannot break your heart. You allowed him to. Nobody can do anything
Exactly.
to you unless you allow them to.
Yes.
So that's what you have to do. Like, there's no good black. You find one good black man and be like, now what happened when you said there's no good black man out there? You found one. They're out there. There's just a whole lot of them. But you got to,
Pick the right one.
go through the,
And I also think it's the woman that you
Generation.
decide to surround yourself with. If you
Mhm.
want to surround yourself with a group
Exactly.
of sexy reds, that's
Exactly.
the environment you're gonna be able to pick from.
Exactly.
Stop surrounding yourself.
Sometimes
elevate
you got to
yourself.
change it now.
Environment.
Exactly.
You got to change it now.
And you
People,
can't
places, and
complain.
things.
Exactly. You can't complain if you're surrounding yourself with that.
Absolutely.
Period.
But it's sad because this is a conversation that need to be had,
Yeah.
and it's a difficult conversation because everybody got a different perspective on it,
Mm-hmm.
right? But we have been set up to fail.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And the first thing has been done. Why is it that black women are the only women that are told that they are strong black women? That you're strong. No other race of women are told that they're strong. Just y'all. You're strong black women. There's no other woman that's told you're a strong black woman and you don't need a man. That's only reserved for you. Only reserved for you. Why? And guess what? If a man come to you, right, and he's trying to love on you in a special way, right? He's a college kid, a bookworm, just the nerdy kind of guy, right?
Unconventional type of
Right.
one.
But most women seem to be always attracted to the bad boy.
Yep.
He's more exciting, right? But
Yeah.
the dude that ain't that exciting has the most potential.
Exactly.
And you won't give him the time of day, but you would rather hang out with Crunchy Black, as we call him, right? Now think about it. Right, yeah. You rather hang out with Crunchy Black.
Crunchy Black
Yeah.
is
Now
crazy.
do the knowledge, right?
Mhm.
Now Crunchy Black might be all excited. He might have the latest clothes on. He might have all
Might
the
be
swag.
fun.
He might have all the fun, right? But what does Crunchy Black have for the future. How many crunchy blacks have a future? Not many, because you know what? They either go to prison
Mm-hmm.
or they get murdered,
Yeah.
right? And it behooves me all the time. I look at a lot of women, right? And they go out and they get with these guys, right? And he sells drugs, right? He's a drug dealer, right? Yeah, you know, he buying me stuff. I'm getting my hair done, getting my nails done, I'm doing all this other stuff, right? Like, okay. But he's a hustler, right? He's a scammer. He's this, he's that. He get money, right? But where's he gonna go? He can go to jail,
Exactly.
right? But you done had 2 babies by him, right? How long is he gonna be a free man before you are alone with these children and he's gone? Now that's if he's just a scammer and a hustler. But if he's the drug dealer,
And the killer.
the gangbanger, the street level barbarian, it's a high probability he's gonna get murdered. So make that make sense. Now, when you circle back around, you see that dude that wasn't so exciting now, right? Well, he's that high value man you're talking about because he got the corporate job. You know, he's a homeowner.
He's
you
on
know,
Wall Street.
he has generational wealth.
But also, what would happen if you got caught up with the drug dealer? You're in jail
Bingo.
now, and your kids are in the system.
Bingo.
You don't think about that now.
Bingo.
What happens when he gives you the gun when you guys are getting in a
Bingo.
traffic stop and you guys
Exactly.
both get caught up?
Exactly. Well, so you know, it's a price to pay for that excitement
Yeah,
and for that thrill.
exactly. That's
I
what I
mean,
was
some women think that's like real love. Some women don't know how to be loved correctly, and they think that's how to be loved or that's real love. You know, struggle and unpredictability.
That's that ride and die, right?
Yeah, you got to
Ride or
understand
die.
that some women don't know how to be loved. You know, truly.
That's
That's
what
what they're
they
used to. That
probably-
pattern they're used to.
That's what them going
Yeah,
back
you could be
to
saying, "Oh,
loving
she's stupid," but that's what
themselves.
she's used to. That pattern.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You gotta love yourself
Correct,
first
loving
before you can even
yourself.
talk to
So know how
someone else
to be loved.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
Well,
gotta
you
be
know,
all right with yourself.
It's just a mindset of
It is.
thinking. You know what I mean? And like I said, these type of conversations need to be had because if somebody don't tell the young women this, they're gonna listen to each other, right? And see, y'all are so young.
Girl, you need to let him go.
You haven't had enough life experiences, right? And that's what they do. You haven't had enough life experiences, and trust me, you know, that woman who has nothing but bad memories behind her, and she can't see nothing in her future, why would she encourage you?
Exactly.
Why is she gonna encourage you? She want you to be
Down
right where she at.
is. She doesn't want you to elevate. She wants
She
you.
wants you to be right where
She
she
wants to
at.
have company. Misery loves company.
That's right.
It seems like you're speaking from experience, Miss Mula.
Hey,
I sure am. And I am speaking from experience because I had the knowledge to drop several people that weren't
Good for you.
adding too much. Not adding, but
Elevate.
even being there. Because elevating or like helping me or elevating each other.
well,
And I had to drop them because
you
that's
got-
gonna bring me lower in life, and I'm not trying to.
you
do
gotta
that.
love yourself.
You gotta love yourself.
You gotta love yourself.
You really do.
You know, I got 5 famous words. You know, everybody know my 5 famous words is right. You know, you're no good for me.
You're no good for me, and that's
And
that's
you have to
perfectly fine.
you have to
Where'd
let
you get
people
that
know
from,
that.
cuz?
Where I get that from?
Yeah.
Uncle Vincent.
You got an
And your
Uncle
mom,
Vincent?
your mom them used to say
That,
that.
that's right.
When
My
girls
Uncle
would
Vincent,
come.
That's right.
Girls come visit or whatever, and they're like, no, they're not good. They're no good for me.
That's right.
All
You're
right
good for me.
now.
That's right. You're no good for me.
You
Like
can see
like
from
like
first
like I told the story. That's why it's important to have a good foundation. Like we talked about last night. I used to date girls, right? And I would have to do the drive-by. They had to be approved by my mother. You know what I mean? I would come through in my car. I had that window
Aw.
down. My mother be in that yard tending to her rose bushes and stuff. And I come through. Hey, ma, I wave. My moms would read her. You know what I mean? That's I'm a mama's boy. If my mama gave me a warm welcome, I knew she was okay. She had a chance. If my mama hit me with the all right, go on, I'll see you later. she ain't no good
It's a
for
wrap.
me. She can cancel Christmas. You know what I mean? You know, because that's the way it is. You know what I mean? But we have to level up and hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you, y'all don't know. Y'all are the best thing on God's green earth, and most of y'all just don't even know it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because people don't want y'all to know that you all are the mother of the universe. You know what I mean? And people don't want y'all to know that.
They want you to know that they like you said, the narrative. Men talk. Well, how can men tell us women about us?
Exactly.
Can't.
You know,
Should
how
be
can
able
you
to.
tell me what type of man I need? You know,
You know what
because you
it
don't
is?
even know what type of man you are. So that's what we got to know who we are. Again, I always go back to loving yourself,
Gotta love
But
yourself.
loving you.
That's what also
Mhm.
branches on to, women, certain type of women like to accept certain things from men that's very low quality. And they think that's okay
Yeah.
because no one has told them, no, you can't do this. No, that's not right.
You have to build up
And,
their
yeah.
self-esteem. You have to,
And it all roots down to that.
yeah, you gotta
Trust me.
gotta truly know your and don't you don't have to have a freaking man.
Nope.
Hey,
That's
Yeah.
everybody feel
Build
like
on
they
themselves.
gotta have a man. You don't have to have a man.
Because it can all
You
be
know?
stripped away from you.
Right.
Especially
And it's
after
like
you
that
suck.
shouldn't be your main priority
Having a man is very
of
pressured.
having
though.
a man in your life.
Having a man is very pressured on women though, especially like when you're like early 20s is very pressured because like when I feel like
The
when,
narrative.
yeah, when you like
Again.
they're like, oh, you're about to like, oh, you have to have a man before you turn 30. You know, you have to have children before you turn 30. Like, that fertility window and stuff like that. It's very pressured on us. Oh, you have to have the man or you're gonna be lonely. It's very looked down on. Like, oh,
But
you're
I
in your 30s or 40s and you don't have a man. Like, it's always pressure. But a man can be a bachelor and like be single all his life, and it's not a bad thing. But when a woman is like, it's very negative. It's like, oh, there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong. You don't have a man. There's something wrong with you.
But it depends on who you're hearing that from. Because there's nothing wrong with you. And
no,
men-
yeah, it's mostly
men-
from men though. That say
That's what
that,
I'm saying.
though.
Who
Yeah.
the hell are men? You know?
Well, first of all, you have to figure out who he is. You got to figure out who he is.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm
You know what I
saying.
mean?
Like, men,
And,
they're,
and, and what's his name? Because listen, first of all, most men, men are visual.
Yes.
Right? So, how many men that you actually met who really want to get to know you? His first impulse is to direct his eyeball you and look you up and down and say, I like you. You know what I mean? And that's his first impulse.
That's why he came
Can
up
I,
to you.
can I bag her?
Yeah.
And can I lay her down?
Yeah, I
That's
think
his
like
first impulse.
Yeah, when men first meet you, I think like the first thing they're thinking, like when men try to talk to me, I'm like, oh, he's probably thinking, how long will it take for me to,
get
you
you
know,
in bed or
yeah,
Absolutely.
to sleep with me. Definitely, I'm thinking like, oh, how long will it take me to sleep with her?
Absolutely.
I'm just thinking like, oh, you're going to sleep with me. That's why you're talking to me. Like, it's physical attraction. I'm not dumb.
Right.
I know you want to sleep with me. That's why you're talking to me.
But you can control that narrative.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You can listen. The ball is in your court. You control it. You control the relationship. Women control the
Absolutely.
relationship. You control it.
Absolutely.
A man is only going to do what you let him do.
Oh, that's what I always say.
You control it because guess what? Every time you meet a man, what does he have to do? Convince you he's the best thing since sliced bread. You know what I mean? Listen, he got to tell you, baby, you can have the keys to my house. You know what I mean? And guess what? If you got a man, you don't need him no more because I'm here. You know what I mean? You don't need him no more. You know what I mean? I'm all the man you need. Get rid of him. He got to convince you. He got to convince you that he's the best thing on God's green earth, right?
Yeah.
So who's controlling that? You. Because only you can give him the opportunity.
I feel like
and you have to control that and navigate that relationship.
Yeah.
And guess what? As long as you do that right, he's gonna give you whatever you need. Whatever you want, you're gonna have it. Whatever you need, y'all can build a relationship and live happily ever after. You got control.
Mhm.
Until you do something stupid. Until you listen to your little girlfriend. You know what I mean? You see the girlfriend talk, oh girl, you done met this dude. All you do is you ain't got time for us no more. You up under him. Oh, he got you whipped and blah blah blah.
Don't do that because
You know what I
men be
mean?
acting up too. It's not
Listen,
always women the first
Let
time.
me tell you
but,
something about a
you
man.
know.
I'm gonna tell you something about a man. Every man is looking for Miss Wonderful, right?
They are.
Because
All right,
everybody
Jose?
everybody want to go to bed with a porn star, right? But nobody want to marry them.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Very true.
everybody looking for Miss Wonderful. So if he think you are Miss Wonderful, man, Jose, man, I ain't going to accuse with you tonight, man. I'm gonna take out for a little ice cream and cake, man. I'm gonna holler at you later, man. You know what I'm saying? Men do that. You know what I'm saying? But the difference between a man and a woman, he ain't gonna beat me up because he understands, because he doing the same thing I'm doing. He looking for Miss Wonderful. You know what I'm saying? He looking for somebody that he gonna grow old with. You know what I mean? Who guess what? When he's sick, she gonna be there to make sure he good. You know what I'm saying? That's what we looking for. You know. So men don't do that, but women, they do the opposite. Because what happens is they get jealous of each other. See, jealousy is
Powerful.
is a very powerful tool, because if you look happy, they tend to say, "What you happy for?" I ain't happy. What you smiling for? You know what I'm saying? You met that dude. Oh, you think he all that? You know what I mean? And their goal immediately become, "Oh, girl, you don't come hang out with us no more." Well, you done found you that special kind of guy. Let me see where this is going, because I might be off the market now. You know what I mean? My life might change for the better.
Yeah.
Y'all can still be friends, but how about this another scenario? And I know you know this, because you go out with your little girlfriends and whatnot. How many times that you have a perfect relationship, you love your husband love you, your girlfriend is having hitting the wall in her relationship. Then there's two girlfriends. They have relationship issues, right?
They single.
They start complaining about their relationship. Now you ain't got no problems. You sitting there, you ain't saying nothing, and they are beating up on their relationship, on their man. And like we always say, you go to the barber shop long enough, you're gonna get a haircut, right? And what happens? One day, you have to add to the conversation of the commiseration. So what you say, you might say, "Yeah, my husband on my damn nerve. He always needs a tall seat up." Because at some point, you're gonna feel compelled to add something to the conversation. And that's when they begin to plant the seed of doubt into you about your good relationship, so you can become miserable just like them. So y'all all can be complaining about your man.
Yeah,
I feel
because-
like,
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I just feel like low key, like a lot of the times when female are in relationships as well, like, you know, your girls are gonna be there for you at the end of the day. So like a lot of the times you go into a relationship, a guy's treating you nice, doing this and this and this, but you get blinded. I feel like females get very blinded when they're in relationships, and they see all the right that their man is doing, but on the side, you know, you go to your girlfriend and you're like, "Oh yeah, like he just took me out to dinner, but I see him on his phone and he don't want me to see his phone and he's texting so and so and so and so." Like a lot of times the girls get blinded, and I feel like it's not always that the homegirls are dogging the guy or saying this and trying to be ruthless to the guy, but they're seeing stuff that you and you're in your relationship that you may not see. "Oh yeah, well girl, I just see him outside and he was at so and so and so and so doing this and this with this girl." And a lot of guys, you know, and I feel like a lot of times that's why guys don't like females speaking to their female friends, because when you're in a relationship yourself, you kind of get blinded sometimes. But I do feel as though sometimes there are some haters as well. But, you know, as a female, when you get that one guy that's going to treat you nicely, that you never got treated well before, but you only telling your homegirls the bad stuff, they're going to come to you and they're going to be like, "Yo, he's doing this and this and this and this." And guys don't like that. And I feel like a lot of times that's why guys say, "Oh, I don't want you talking to your homegirls about me. Don't say anything about me to your homegirls," because they don't want you to get unblinded by their little masquerade that they're putting on for yourself, like for them.
Mm-hmm. Well, it has its pros and cons.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm the type of person who I like to support women, right?
Mhm.
I like to if I always say if he makes you happy, then I'm happy.
Yeah.
You know, but if you know he's not making you happy, why are you in this relationship? Why are you staying? You know, no, you don't have to stay in this. And one of the things that I hate the most, it just irks me when a guy is treating you bad and you'll ask a girl, so why are you with him? What's their famous word? Because I love him.
She's blinded. That's the blindfold.
And she
She's
also has,
blinded.
yeah,
But that's why, oof, y'all, you gotta love yourself.
Yeah.
You gotta love yourself. And then to me,
Self-confidence.
if I love you and you're my friend and I see you with a man and he is not treating you right, you know what I'm gonna say? Do you love yourself? Do you love you? I ain't gonna say nothing about him. I'm gonna ask you, do you love you?
Do you want more for yourself?
You know,
Yeah.
like this is what you want?
Mhm.
Well, hey, if this is what you want, I'm happy for you. But you know that this is not good for you.
Mhm.
But go ahead.
Yeah.
So you gotta, women just have
You
to
can't
start
waste your
learning.
breath.
And then, also when you get, I guess it's when you get older or whatever, homegirls, my homegirl, I gotta tell my girlfriend, they ain't gotta know everything.
Yeah.
They don't have to know everything. And that's it. I gotta tell my girlfriend this. I gotta tell and guys do get, why are you telling her that? If it's between me and you, it's between me and you. Most of the time, well, to my knowledge, most men don't really discuss relationships with other men. I don't know.
Do not.
Okay,
Jose,
that's
what
what
do
I
you-
say.
Jose,
Jose,
Like,
Jose said
I-
hard.
yeah, I'm
like,
yeah, most men don't, and you're like, did you tell her? He's like, what are you talking about? I don't even know, but we focus on so much like tiny little things that we don't need to be focusing
Because I
on.
feel like women are overthinkers. Like we think a lot. We're always thinking
Yeah.
24/7. So I feel like we just look at little details and probably overreact, but we're just thinking about our well-being.
I know I
At
go
the
to
end of
my
the day.
homegirl when I want to make sure that I'm not bugging because I just had a conversation with this man that I'm talking with and he's trying to make me feel like I'm going crazy. So you know what? I know I'm not going crazy, so I'm gonna speak to my homegirl right
Like a
over
double
here.
There you go,
And
right
double
there.
check
What'd you
and
say?
ask her.
But what did you say? What'd you say? I know I'm not going crazy. You don't need no verification from nobody else. You
That's
know
right.
you're not.
Because also, who is she?
You know?
Yeah.
I know
I see both
I'm not
sides.
going crazy, so I don't need verification. You just sometimes, like, if they know the man isn't good, girl, you think I should be with him? Why do you need to ask somebody, do you think you should be with somebody? You know you shouldn't.
Yeah.
That's right.
But
Very
it's
true.
easier. We don't want to actually deal with it because it's easier to be in a bad relationship than to not be in a relationship at all.
Very true. But it's the same way. Like, guys won't go and ask their homeboy, oh, my shirt look cool. This goes with this, right? This goes with this, right? If I'm going out with my girls, we're going to all come into the mirror. We're going to be like, oh, should I change this? Should I change that? And I feel like that's the difference between like male relationships and female relationships. Like when they ask certain things, like that's why we're always double checking with our homegirls because I can't walk out walk out the house without making sure my homegirl got to say, oh, this goes with this, that goes with that looks good. So what would like it? I don't know. Like I feel like I don't know.
I don't know. I know I'm different.
Yeah.
I'm real
See,
different.
We from a different time.
Yeah,
era,
I'm different. My mindset is different.
You know.
And I've always, like, even with relationships with guys and relationship with women, to be honest, I have better relationship with men than I do with women. I don't have no home girl.
And why is
You
that?
know.
Why is that?
Crazy.
Because like the little stuff that women be thinking about, I'm not into that. I don't need my girlfriend to give me validation and tell me I look good or I don't look good, or you should wear this or you shouldn't wear that. I'm when you buy your clothes, I buy it and I'm gonna wear it. So I don't need you to tell me. Now certain things like how my hair look, you need to maybe move this over here. Oh, okay. But I'm not gonna, I need to change. Oh my God, I look up.
See, now,
we put too much.
What you said makes so much sense, right? Because women need so much validation, right? Now, I'm looking at all y'all. All y'all beautiful women. Y'all beautiful, right? and y'all been getting compliments since you was 9 years old. So why do you still need
It's
to
validation.
be validated? You've been getting the compliments since you're 9 years old. You know what I mean? People been telling you you're beautiful all your life. So why do you need it?
I mean, for me, it's mostly like been from family. So of course, family is gonna see you as beautiful and see all your traits, not just how you look physically, just like you personally. They know you. But it's hard to feel very confident in this generation.
In the real world.
Yeah, because
Turn off social media and you'll be fine.
Talking about, I mean, yeah, but like
Turn
when you go outside, even when you go outside, you can see beautiful women that you think are beautiful and kind of look better than you, like.
Better?
Yeah,
No, they
yeah.
don't. They don't. Nobody looks better than you.
I mean,
No.
Listen. There are different
You're
beauty
beautiful.
standards. Like
For
me,
who?
I know I'm not the most. Listen, I know I'm not
Beauty's in
the
the
most
eye of the
beautiful person.
beholder.
Yes, you are.
But I know.
Yes, you are.
Let me tell you
Yes,
something.
you are.
You're beautiful
You
as all
are.
outdoors.
Yes,
I mean,
you are.
To me.
Don't.
No, but
Well,
you
then
can't
that's
even
what
say
you
that
need
to
to work
yourself.
on
Yeah.
because you are. You're the most beautiful.
No, I'm being realistic. I'm a realistic person. So I know I'm not like the most beautifulest person. I mean, I live in New York. It's so many beautiful people, so many unique people.
And you
add
are
into
too.
them.
No, yeah, but I know
Yes.
like I'm not I'm not a supermodel. Like,
Why do you know that?
You don't need
Where
to
where
be a
did you get
supermodel.
that from? Why do you know
I
that?
think you're a supermodel.
Because
I think
I
you
know,
have the
like-
height. I think you have the looks.
Yeah, when I first saw you,
Yeah,
I
you
was
have the
like,
height.
"You're beautiful."
Yeah, you're
And I
tall,
said,
you're
"She's
beautiful.
tall."
Yeah.
Jose, what you think?
Hold on,
This is
hold
not
on,
about
hold on.
Break it down,
Jose,
Jose.
you're
Break it
saying
down to
you.
him, Jose.
I'm
You.
gonna say one thing. Why
Jose,
would
the
you
young
think-
bully. Break it down,
Why
Jose.
would you think of yourself like that at all? To begin with?
Yeah.
You should always hold yourself to that high standard. Like I am the it. Like,
Yes.
I am it.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Because
No,
this is
man.
upsetting me right now. You're saying this, and I'm like,
Yes.
why do you have these insecurities? And then
Yeah. And
why
let me-
is it
No,
that?
it's not even about me being insecure. It's just about me being. I'm just a realistic person. I'm a realist. So
But-
like I know I'm not me. I see myself as average. There's a lot.
Where do you
of
see
people.
average? Where do you see average?
Girl,
Like,
But
He's a
see,
star.
but
I
wait,
mean,
but
you
but
a
you gotta
star.
understand your beauty. You can't judge your beauty because everybody is different. Nobody looks alike. The
Yes.
media puts somebody like for me. If I see a skinny girl, a tall girl, I don't think that's pretty. And so it depends on what you think is pretty. You are beautiful. You are beautiful inside and out. How long have I met you? I just met you, right? And when I met you, I said, you are
Yeah.
beautiful. You're
Yeah.
tall and you're beautiful. So you have to know that you're beautiful. You can't compare yourself to nobody else. You're beautiful. She's beautiful. We all beautiful, but we all look different. And so I
Yeah,
can't say
no,
that
that's what I'm saying.
we can't say one of us are the prettiest. One of us
No,
are
I wouldn't say that. I mean, I'm just
you're beautiful.
like I'm not gonna be everyone's cup of
Agreed.
tea. Like I know that. I'm not gonna be
Of
everyone's
course
type.
not.
Like, yeah, I
but
know
you
that.
don't want to be everyone's
You
cup
know?
of tea.
Right.
You
The
want
person who you're supposed to be
Yeah.
the cup of tea will be your saucer. Or you'll be the saucer and they'll be the tea and the sugar because you're going to find the one that is for you. You're beautiful for you. And the person, if somebody's looking at you and say, oh, you know what, she's prettier than you, I like her, but not, no, that's not the one for you.
Mhm.
You're beautiful. And you can, analyze it or what'd you say? You said you are
I'm a realist.
a realist. And
I'm just realistic
and that's
about,
real.
about
This
circumstance
is
and
real.
things.
This is
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
You're beautiful.
But yes, you are beautiful.
Yeah.
For the
You're
record.
beautiful.
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 Tell the Jose.
Beautiful.
Yes, for
Yes.
sure.
Who's that?
You're beautiful.
Now,
Yeah.
now let me say something like this. Never ever say that again. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Yes.
I'm-
Please don't.
I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm not trying to doubt myself. I'm just being realistic. Like
I'm-
I'm not
I'm-
gonna be everyone's type, and
I'm gonna
I'm
tell
not
you
the
why.
But you're
best
beautiful.
looking or like the beauty standard of a lot of other
First of all,
countries.
we don't like we don't
Yeah.
like we first of all, we ain't crazy about women that wear them weaves. We ain't crazy about women with the breast implants and the
Hell no.
BBLs. Men don't like that.
Mhm.
Y'all do that for y'all.
I mean,
That's a
It ain't for us, it's for
I
y'all.
know. I
Right?
tell people that all the
I
time.
feel like that's standard. Like you have to be an hourglass. You have to have,
No, you don't.
No.
No, you
like a good bum.
No.
You know,
No,
you
you
gotta be
don't.
thick.
No, you
most
don't.
men
That's the beauty
want
standard now.
most men
Yeah,
want
like they-
regular. We want regular.
That
We
is
don't need all that.
that
Healthy,
again is the
healthy.
narrative, and that is what society has put out. and that you guys are looking at somebody on the outside and saying that they're beautiful because they got 1 million followers. They are not beautiful. I'll see you and I'll pick you over any of the stars I've seen out there.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying like
And
Like,
trust
the
me, when the
history
lights go down,
with-
they miserable. They're
Yes.
home alone.
Yes.
They miserable.
Yes,
saying
you know,
like the history with like Black women, like we've always been fetishized and seen for our curvaceous body. And me, I grew up being tall and thin. I wasn't really curvy, and I didn't really feel fully Black because I wasn't like curvy like my mother and my other family members. I wasn't curvy like that, but I learned to love myself and be fine with that. But I'm just saying I'm not gonna be everyone's cup of tea, and I'm realistic when it comes to that. Most Black men like curvy women, and yeah,
That's what you think.
yeah,
that's
that's what I
what
say.
That's what you
Yeah,
That's
what I
what
say.
you think. But you have to be very careful
yeah.
when you project that. You know why? Because there's predators out here, right?
okay.
There are predators
There sure
out
are.
here, right? And they will take everything that you say and use it against you. You know what I mean? Because all those things that you just said are your vulnerabilities, and you don't even realize it. And that predator will come and he will work his game on all those insecurities you have about how you look.
It's so many
And
insecurities.
how you feel about it. You don't see it as that.
I've accepted it. I accept my body. I accept how I am. Tall and slim and not thick. I've accepted that a long way before.
But when you make those
myself,
but when you make those comments, it's saying that it's something you're not comfortable with. Because like you said, I was tall and I was this, I wasn't curvy like my mother, I wasn't this and that. But it's like that means you have to accept who you are. You don't have to compare yourself to anybody else. And then men can't, like, I'm like, no, it just kills me when like I need to get my boobs done, I need to get my lips done, I need to get hips, I need to get that. I am who I am, and I'm gonna be who I am. Either you like me or you don't. And I've been married for 26 years, and my husband still tells me that I'm beautiful, and that's what you want. And if and you got, but he don't even have to tell me because I already know. He don't got to tell me. I know I'm beautiful. I know I look good. And that's how you are. You are beautiful, and you look good with whatever you have. Because there's no two people are the same.
Yeah.
And the media or whatever, they put it out there and they make us look like we got to look a certain way. And if a man is like, oh, I need a woman that's curvy, guess what? If I'm not curvy, so you're not the one for me. But usually if you get a good man, if you get a man who really loves you who you are, he's gonna accept every flaw you have. About every flaw you have.
Yeah.
You don't even have to say, oh, I need to do this, because he'll say, no, you don't, baby, you look good just the way you are. And then that's gonna be like, oh, yeah, okay. My man told me I look good.
Yeah.
So, you are beautiful. All of y'all are beautiful in your own way.
Yeah. I know that.
It's all about the media produces as pretty now. And I feel like that's what's wrong with a lot of people, and my generation in particular, is that we hold our standards to beauty as something that's unrealistic, something that we see online. What the female rappers, what the influencers portray on social media, it's unrealistic. And when you see them in person, they don't look like what they do online.
Yeah, no, they don't.
And we hold them to a certain type of like standard, but like the men that you meet who like really like you, that want more than just what they want, is like, it's the same type of men that's going to be like, I want a natural girl. I want a girl that's all natural, like that doesn't wear makeup. And you see that like that same like theme running in like like the back end of the songs and stuff that people produce, is like sweatpants, hair tie, chilling with no makeup on, as Drake said. That's what they want. They just want the other girls just to do what they gotta do and dip out on. But
Well, see,
the wife that they
what has
want.
happened is in today's society, right? Modern day women have taken the fantasy out of the strip club and brought it into the world. See, men went to the strip club, that was just a fantasy. You know what I mean? They would go to the strip club, throw out a couple of dollars, and they would go home to their plain Jane wife. You know what I mean? And that's because that's what they want. They got who they got at home. And believe it or not, if you pay close attention to most successful men, or most men in general that got a wife, they wife ain't got no BBL. She ain't got the Kim Kardashian, the Kardashian makeovers and looking like K Michelle and all them. No, that's not what he that's not who he has at home. That's not what he wants.
Yeah.
That's not what he wants. Give me the regular girl plain Jane. That's who we want.
But you know, it's funny. It's like all those women that you listed, Kim Kardashian, K Michelle, they all got the BBLs removed.
Now natural's back in.
Yeah, it's
Natural-
always-
Natural ain't never left.
It never left.
Natural ain't never
You know what I
left.
mean? Because they took the strip club and brought it out into the world. It was just a fantasy. You know
Now
what
the
I mean?
BBLs have been more attainable, I feel like.
Yeah,
And now
yeah.
those women are like, oh, I want to go back. I want
You
to
know what I
see.
mean?
I got a couple of friends that work in the strip club, and I'll tell you, they say like they go into work,
Oh, man.
and they put on a fantasy. They go into character. They have a certain character that they have to portray while they're in there. And it's the same girls that are going out there getting their nursing major, like getting a nursing degree,
What
or
friend you
getting
got?
or getting
What
a
friend you got?
or pre-med. They're on that same path. They're looking to pay their bills, but they'll tell you flat out, I have to come in here and I have to put on a character. I have to put on a act.
But you can go
So-
anywhere else. I feel like you don't need to go in that
You
environment.
definitely don't
No,
need
but
to
that's
go in that
fascinating.
environment,
That's
but like
Well,
if
see,
you're in
It's
that
dangerous money.
environment,
I also
It
feel like
It
men in that
is.
industry can be a little bit dangerous.
they are very, but like when you're as a female in that industry, that's not who you are on the outside. That's not who you are as a person. They go in there and they put on a certain fantasy to appeal to men to make them give them more money,
But-
you know?
but
So they get
trust
that
me,
butt,
the
they get
girl
those
that's
boobs.
working her way through school, right? She usually don't live in the state where she's working her way through school at.
Mhm.
And if she does, she gonna pack her bags and she moving clearly on the other side of the country.
Mhm.
Nobody will ever know
Mm-hmm.
she was swinging on the pole,
Mhm.
because at some point she going into the boom boom room.
Mhm.
Exactly.
At some point
Yeah.
she
Mhm.
going to the boom boom room because you know what, the money is too alluring.
That's where it leads you.
You know what I mean? You know, and
She gets caught in that fantasy.
I don't knock nobody hustle, you know, but it's a tough life. You know, it's a tough life. If you got a game plan and you working your way through college, and you know and you strong enough to pull it off, I salute you.
Mhm.
You know, but most people aren't strong enough. You know, because guess what? The drug use come into play. They got to be numb sometime.
No
You know,
pain.
The drinking.
It's tough. It's tough. You know, it's tough. But like I said, you know, I'm enjoying this conversation with y'all. I don't get to talk to the young women like y'all all the time and pull y'all coat, because y'all educate me too. You know, because this is bi-directional information here. Because usually most women I talk to, you know, that's your age is strictly about music. You know,
Mhm.
me trying to help them with
Get to
their
a better
with
place.
their music stuff, right? We just talking about life right here,
Exactly.
you know. And I know sometimes people get mad at me when I be saying some things because you know it's coming from a good place, you know.
But
And
a different era.
yeah, and every time I say it, when I say, you know, y'all are very important. We need y'all more than y'all realize, you know, because my son, you know, he's probably close. My son's 29 years old, you know, and he just like me. I'm proud of my son, you know, because I'm just like my father, you know. I'm so much like my father, it scares me, you know, but it's because the way I was raised, the way I grew up, you know, and I had to realize that a lot of people didn't have the upbringing that I had. I grew up assuming everybody had the same type of upbringing that I had because you don't know. Like, you know, I grew up in a house with my mother and my father. My mother never worked. My father did everything, and you know, and all my friends, I thought when I didn't see their fathers, I thought their father was at work because my father was at work. Right? I didn't realize that their father was an absentee dad, you know, and that their mother was doing it all. I didn't know all that stuff. You know what I mean? So I had to learn that stuff. So, and my son, he grew up with me in his life, you know, and he just like me. So he has a little daughter, and he's in her life. You know, he's right there with her and her mother. You know, because you have to create a paradigm shift. Because there was one paradigm shift that ruined our families. We have to switch it back. You know, we have to switch it back to get back to where we was at. You know, and the mindset changes. It starts with what we're listening to. Music plays a very, very important part. You know, now y'all like music, right? Y'all into music,
Yep.
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Any of y'all got Caribbean descent?
I do.
Caribbean descent? Both of you?
Yeah.
All three?
Yeah, all three.
All three.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're all are familiar with the steel drum, right?
Yep.
Steel drum.
I'm not Trinidadian, but I know it's still drum.
All right. you don't have to be Trinidadian,
Yeah.
but that's where it came from, Trinidad, right?
Yep.
Steel drum. All right. I'm gonna tell y'all where the steel drum came from. Back in the days, many years ago, during slavery, all down in Trinidad, all down that area there, everybody was enslaved, right? But there was a huge slave revolt. Y'all Google it. Huge slave revolt on all the plantations. They all revolted at the exact same day, at the exact same time, and it took them a long time to get all the slaves in check, in order, you know. And you know how they had this revolt?
The steel drum.
It wasn't the steel drum. It was the drum. They had the drum. The drum came over from Africa, so they played the drum. You hear these cars riding by with the bass, boom. You can hear it 5, 6 a mile away. You can hear the boom, boom. Well, tribes in Africa communicated with the drums. You know, they communicated with that. So the plantations in Trinidad and Tobago, they were using the drums to communicate that they were going to do this revolt. So same day, same time, they had a revolt. And they took over the plantations and they killed people, they did all this stuff. So they had to wait for reinforcements to come from other places to stop the revolt. So what they did was they then took away the drums because they knew that they communicated through the drum. And because the sound of the drum traveled, bass traveled. So they wouldn't let them do that. So to appease them, they allowed them to still make music, but they took away everything that could make a drum. So they were able to use metal, and they created the steel drum. And that's why we have the steel drum today, because the steel drum, the sound don't travel in the steel drum. That's why we have the steel drum. So I'm saying that to tie it all together, how is what we hear. You know what I mean? So if we stop hearing negative stuff, we gonna stop doing negative stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I tell you you're a queen, you're beautiful, and whatever you need me to do for you, I'm gonna do for you, and you believe that, and you act upon it, well, that's what it's gonna be. But see, we have let other women tell us, you ain't shit, and you ain't never gonna be shit. You don't need him. You know, come on. You got the Scarlet Girl, you got the Sexy Red, you got this, you got that, you got all these things that are promoting negative images to y'all, right? And then you got all these things that's promoting negative images to the young men. Guess what we don't play here? None of that stuff. None of that
You
stuff.
play No Sexy Red?
None of
No
that
Scarlet?
stuff. None of that stuff.
I
None
love
of
J.
that stuff.
Cole.
You know what I
You
mean?
play J. Cole.
We play
though.
J. Cole.
Yeah, because J. Cole.
And in fact, even here in the studio now, we got a Grammy nominated engineer upstairs,
oh,
you
wow,
know.
right now.
and even he knows. We look, don't bring that drill music up in here. We're not doing that. We are not supporting that. That's not what we do. So when he has to work with drill music, he goes to New York.
Because that's where we're at.
Don't bring that here, because guess what? If you don't stand for what you believe in, you're gonna fall for anything. You know what I mean? And see, that's part of the plan. You know, because guess what? One thing I can leave y'all with is this: when you meet a guy you like him, no matter what you think he is, if he's a bad boy, he's a cornball, or whatever he is, if you like him, right? Think about his generational wealth, right? If all his generational wealth is in his closet or parked in his driveway, his mind ain't right. You know what I mean? If he got too many pair of tennis shoes, he got jewelry and the shiny ass car. If he got a 20-year-old Mercedes Benz he went out and brought, you gotta look at him and say, what the hell are you thinking about? You know what I mean? Because that's stinking thinking. You know what I mean? How can he help you? See, you have to be the one who tell him that's not the smart move. You know what I mean? When he say, oh, I'm going to get this BMW. What do you want a BMW for? Sounds good, but what do you need a BMW for?
We in Section 8.
You can exactly. Look around you. The most expensive cars are in the poorest neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And I got some friends. I got a friend who has a couple car lots in New Jersey and in New York. Right. This is the best time of year for them. Tax time. Right. You know, you see those buy here, pay here car lots, and they have the most expensive, beautiful cars on their lot. Everybody get their tax return, they go get the car. They have the car barely through the summer.
I would say in April or whatever.
Listen, by September, because they got the tracking devices in the cars. By September, they get the cars back.
Yeah.
And what they do is, if you brought the car from Queens, they'll take the car back and they'll put it on one of their lots in Jersey. If you brought the car from Jersey, they'll put it in Queens. You know what I mean? Or Brooklyn.
Price.
You know, and they resell the cars over and over again.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a cycle, because our hood mentality is so crazy. Because you know why the guy go out and buy a 20-year-old Mercedes Benz and pay a lot of money for it? Because he think that's what you want to ride in. He think that's what you want. He think that's his key to getting one of you beautiful girls. You know what I mean? Because y'all want to have an exotic car. Because he reading the same stuff y'all read. We read the same stuff y'all read. Y'all want to eat at Texas Roadhouse, which makes a great steak. Y'all want Ruth Chris. But guess what? You ain't never been to Ruth Chris before. And you probably don't like the food when you go in there because it's an acquired taste. You know? So y'all are the key. And you have to change your thinking, you know, and know that you are the prize. You know what I mean? And it's just not cliche when we talk about you the prize. If you the prize, know you the prize. But all that stuff y'all see on the internet, that's not it. That's not it.
I mean, I feel like half the time it's not really. I mean, sure, men try to impress women. True. But I feel like most of the time men are trying to impress other men. Half of the time, like it's about it's about an ego thing. You know, bragging about to your bros or your colleagues, what you have and stuff like that, just to be better than, or it's like women. We're trying to always be up one another, just like how men are trying to be up one another.
Sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I feel it's really about, because women don't even know nothing about cars. It's a small percent of women that are car girls or like motorcycle girls. Like we really don't be caring about that. We care if the car is clean and it's nice and you smell good.
Well, see, that's the regular girl in you. See, that's the regular girl in you.
Yeah.
Right? That's the regular girl in you. But those other ones, you'd be surprised.
A small percentage.
You'd be surprised
that care about the
car. How many girls know what type of car it is, how much the car costs. A lot of these little hood boogers, they know more about cars than you would believe.
Yep, that's true.
Good, but
They know.
And you got and it's easy for them. They want to have somebody with a car. Like if you find a guy, well, to me, New York is easier. But like where we're from, if you don't have a car, like I can't be with him. He don't even have a car.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have a car either.
do you have a car?
You know.
I know 5 girls on
And
the
look what kind of car he drive. It gets you from point A to point B, and that's what we need to look at. Yeah, there's a lot. It's a lot. I actually, I'm saddened for y'all's generation. You know, because it's like y'all got a lot. Because you have a lot on your plate that y'all have to be worrying about. That you don't have to be worrying about, but y'all worry about those things. Like I don't remember worrying about like if a man thinks I'm this or that or that. I mean, I was having fun. You know, like have fun with your girlfriends. Forget about the men. You know, go on trips.
Too
you
much
know,
pressure on them today.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
it
I tell you,
is.
social network
Like,
got
good
the
God.
game messed up.
Yeah. Like there's so much to do in this world that having a man used to be a burden. Like, oh, you know, hey, he want me to do this with him. I want to go and do this, but I got to do this with him because he's my man. You know.
I hate social media. I don't post on anything. I don't like record myself, post videos. The most that you get out of me is like my close friends because I feel like social media is too competitive. It's too much of, I'm not competing with myself. I'm competing with everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate social media for that point. And I feel like that's why this generation is where they're at is because of social media and the competition
Oh
between
yeah.
the standard and yourself.
I agree.
You're right. But if y'all want to meet good men, you got to change the stores you're shopping at. That's what I say. You know what I mean? You have to, you know, go to different places. You know, because them street level barbarians, they out there. Crunchy Black, he out there. You know, and if you excited by the bad boy, just know that in most cases the bad boy gonna be forever bad because you know what, your personality is defined by the time you in middle school. And if you think about it, most people have not changed much since middle school. They're the same person they was in middle school. They just changed just a little bit. So if you wasn't shit in middle school, you probably ain't shit now. You know what I mean?
That's for you, Ryan Bo. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I just made up a name.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Most people, pretty much your personality is defined by middle school. You know, it's just small variances of change. You know what I mean? So you have to be on point. You know what I mean? You have to be on point. You know.
For sure.
You know.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wrap this up here. We had some fun. We had some fun.
It's really fun.
I enjoyed it.
We had some grown folk conversation here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, y'all probably gonna cuss me out later like this.
We
Joker.
sure will.
We're gonna curse you out because we ain't bust the bottle open. No, I'm just kidding. No. We're just kidding.
Big queen.
I'm just kidding.
You know,
I've been to the bathroom so many times. It's
you know, but that's all right though. But it was fun.
Yeah,
You know?
guys, it was.
So y'all got any parting statements that y'all want to make before we close this thing out?
Look at her looking at me. I'm gonna listen to y'all first, and then I'm gonna come up with one. Go ahead, sweetheart.
Be true to yourself and know what you want. Exactly. Period. Just like that.
I've said what I need to say. I don't really have anything
All right now.
to say.
Okay.
You're only as good as yesterday. Be true to yourself, and you'll get through the rest.
All right.
Love yourself. Be in love with yourself. Let no one devalue you at all because you are the best.
There you go. That was good stuff. So Big Rud, the most interesting DJ in the world. I didn't hijack the station. Hot Sauce, I know we interrupted your show, but I'm gonna jump right back in where you was at. You know, I had to get this in. You know, I had the opportunity to share this moment with my cousin. Three lovely young ladies. They're beautiful sitting up in here. They are our future. And we share some thoughts and ideas. And I hopefully they ain't going to beat up on me too bad. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we're going to jump back into our regularly scheduled program. We out. Peace.
Peace.
Bye.
There you go.
Thank you.
Now we back on with the regularly scheduled program.
Y'all gotta be a radio station and invite